Hello, everyone, and I am so excited to be here. Happy Sunday. This is a beautiful day, so I hope all of you are enjoying it. I did. I had a beautiful morning. I went to the beach, I got baptized. I feel so renewed and feels like a rebirth. So that was my day, but it hasn't ended yet. It's still happening. So I'm excited for today because it is a very special day. And I hope you're all enjoying this very special day in your own very special way. So before we get started, we know what we need to do. We need to bring ourselves here and now. Since you have a lot of time today, because most of you are home, and a lot of times during holidays, um, we tend to go to the past, right? Sometimes there are things happening in our life where the past comes into now and keeps you stuck and keeps you thinking about it. Maybe you're having family dinner. Maybe people are coming to your house. Maybe you don't want to host a dinner. Maybe you're pulled into doing something. You're like, here it goes again. Here I'm doing it again, right? This is when the past really starts playing very heavily and keeps you occupied. And then again, as I always say, you can't be now and here if you're spending so much time in the past. It's not possible. So what can I do with the past? This is for me as well. I do this all the time myself. I go to the past. I tell myself, why are you here? What are we going to do about it? And then I take the lessons. What should I learn from this? And I bring it to the now and here, because that past lesson could become something that I can build from, right? It's a foundation. Every lesson is a foundation for now and here. So we can't ignore the lessons. We need to bring them now and here. So now I'm here, but sometimes, I don't know about you, I also get pulled to the future. Now, future thinking is beautiful, right? I want to think about my future. You might say, why can't I think about my future? Of course, you should think about your future. Future is so beautiful. We have to, but that's not how our brain allows us to think about future, right? If it's all good things, and also we can't do that too many hours of our day, because if I keep dreaming in the future, I'm not going to do anything about it either. So we can dream, we can set intention. I don't set goals. You can set intentions, and then you can bless it and release it, but you cannot stay in the future, because again, that doesn't, nothing happens, because we cannot create future by being here and now, because your body is here and now. You didn't transport your body to the future. You're right here. It's just your mind is going, right? Your mind is a biggest, sometimes it's our biggest enemy, sometimes biggest ally, but it's also biggest enemy, because it tried to hijack ourselves to the future. So the future is good, but unfortunately, most of us, I can guarantee you, I can bet you that you usually think about the future, just like many of us, through the lenses of the past. This happened to me, so if that happened to me in the past, it's going to happen to me again. You know what? Last time I did this, I never got to do this, so this time when I do it, it's going to be exactly the same way. I had a relationship, it was like this. Now I'm going to have a new relationship, it's going to be like this too. Like, what is the point of that future intention setting or thinking? Like, it just makes it so miserable, doesn't it? Even if past was miserable, that's one thing, but then to make the future miserable too, that's not cool, right? So we gotta really stop our brain from doing that. I don't know why it does it, but it does it. And if you haven't noticed it, start noticing it. The first thing in any change is awareness. Start noticing how much your brain takes you to the future and how much does it take you to the past. When you become aware of it, you can understand why you procrastinate, why you feel like you're not consistent, why you're not doing what you say you will do. All of those things just become so evident because we're not here. Only place I can create is right here. If my body is here and my mind is somewhere else, past and future, like this, they're pulling me on the opposite direction. How can I create anything in this moment? You can't. I can't. Nobody can't. So do you see how important is to keep talking to our brain about not going to the past or the future, but being here? So when we are here, this is the place we can learn. I know some of you are adult, you're like, I'm not learning. No, every single day you are learning. I am learning. There is not a day that we're going to stop learning until we're not breathing, right? That's the only day we're going to stop learning. We're learning something every single day. I learned so many new things today. You're going to learn so many new things too. Now, this is where you can live as well. If you're living a life where you feel like you're not present, if you feel like your body's here but you're just not, it's not connecting with anyone, you feel like uprooted and you feel like just floating around, you don't have a grip in life, that's because you're living in the past or the future. You're not here living now. So when we come to here and now living, it feels very grounded, it feels aligned, it feels like I can do this. So living also happens in the present, right here and now. And the same thing with leading. When I say leading, many people say, I'm not a leader, I'm not leading the country. No, you're not. You might, but you're not. But you are leading yourself. We are all leading ourselves. If I'm not leading myself, who else is going to do that for me, right? You are leading your life. I am leading my life. And then we are also leading the people we love and we serve. So therefore, we are a leader. So the only place you can lead from is also now and here. You can't do it from the past or the future. So our brain is the biggest, as I said, enemy. At the same time, it's the ally. But we need to take control of it. If I don't take control of it, guess what happens? It takes control of me. So I need to stay at full-time awareness to bring myself here and now. Now look, I've made this hand. This is an anchor. If you're ever tossing between the past and the future, tell your brain, stop it. I want to be here because I got lots of things to do and I want to accomplish them. And this is the place I can learn, I can live, I can lead. So stop taking me to those places. So when I bring my hands together, there's a magnetic pull here. It's going to come together and this anchors you. So you can always have this posture to anchor yourself so that you can come to the present. Now, another way to anchor that even further, to take it another step further, is to really use your breathing. Because I know many of you are going to say, you know what, I do breathe. Of course you are breathing, because obviously otherwise you won't be listening to me right now. So we're all breathing, but we're all doing this, and we're just in the busyness of life, we just breathe from the surface. So when I say breathe, taking deep breaths, slowing things down, slowing enough to notice where the air is even going in my body. Can you imagine? Like slowing enough to notice where the air is going in my body, slowing enough to notice where my body is storing things that I don't want it to store. That's slowing, where you're like feeling it, that this is hurting. I must be putting some stress on it. Why am I putting stress here? Why is my neck hurting? Why is my lower back hurting? Why is my ankle hurting? These are the places, like all over our bodies, we like to stuff our pain and pressure and our anxiety and our stress and fear all get stored. And that's not what our body is for. Our body is a beautiful place. We don't need to store them. If we learn to slow down and breathe deeply and remove everything out with the longer breath, with the intention, guess what? You're going to feel lighter. You're going to feel in flow. And that is going to ground you in this moment to come here and now. So that's another way to come here and now. So let's take a deep breath. Inhale for 4. Lots of air, right? Take it in. And then you're going to hold it for 4. And then you're going to release it for 8. And this time you're letting go everything. I need you to let go all the pain in your shoulder, in your hands, in your arm, in your neck. It doesn't matter where it is. Find it and let it leave your body. Okay, let's do inhale for 4. Now hold for 4. And then exhale for 8, letting go everything you stored, anything and everything and everything. Just don't keep it. It's not your body is not for that. So like really let it go. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Now, when I'm holding, you can do 2 things. When I'm holding up here, you can do 2 things. One is that you can send that air you just took to every part that where you forgot to send air before. Like just feel it. Just think about it. I'm sending it to my heart. I'm sending it to my lungs. I'm sending it to my tummy. I'm sending it to my lower back. Like just think about all the parts you can send it to. Why? Because we're talking to our brain. I'm talking to my body. Because we don't pay attention to our body. We just think it's so gifted to us. It's such an amazing system that we just take it for granted. What about slowing it down to send air to different parts where we are talking to it as well? All the organs, all the parts, all the tissues, right? So one way is to send the air. Another way that one of our coaches other day said was to really go and pick up things from different parts, like the one because we're going to release anyway, the next step is to release for 8. She said, why don't we go and pick up all the things I stored doesn't belong there, so then I can just exhale it. So it's up to you. I used to say, let's send the air to everywhere. That's how I felt like. But after listening to her, it made sense. I could also take out stuff and then exhale in my next part of the breathing exercise, right? So let's do that again. This time I want you to go and pick up everything that's stored that you know it's not supposed to be there, but you just have it because you learned it and it's kind of conditioned to pack it all in. We're going to pick it up and bring it out, and we're going to release it forever. Okay, so let's inhale for 4. Let's take lots of air. There's abundance of air here. Hold. Now go around and collect in your heart. Do you have anything you stored? Grab it. Is there anything in your tummy that you don't need? Like you feel like you stored so much, like you just feel sick storing it? Take it out. In your shoulders, are you keeping your shoulders up into your ears? Why? What is in there? What's the worry? What's the stress? What's the fear? Let's take them all. Now, can you gather them? Can you gather them all? Okay. Now we're going to exhale all of that toxic stuff. We don't need it, right? So let's go. Now, how do you feel? I feel great. So this is something you can do anytime, anywhere, whenever you want. Guess what? It's a gift from God. It's a gift we all have. So why not use it? Try it and tell me. I know a lot of time breathing is so simple. People say, oh, it's so simple, I don't want to do it. I know when you're in survival mode, a lot of the things I talk about might sound like, oh, here we go again. These are actually scientifically proven, scientifically based, neuroscience based, psychology based, because we are a living system. Even if you're in survival mode, this system needs what it requires. It doesn't matter how, I could be in survival mode, but I still need to take care of it. So I know it's different because in this whole social media and everywhere, everybody wants you to do what's quick. And we all fall for this. I need the quickest thing to get to feel better. But those are all surface. If you don't take care of this body, if we don't take care of this body the way it is designed, and if we don't pay attention to this body, it's going to show us in different ways. I have educators who are going to the hospital with stress after really ignoring themselves. So that's why we need to really shift our mind from thinking I need something fast versus I need something deeper, so that I can holistically, look at this. I know a lot of us are in the survival mode, and when the world is in chaos and a lot is going on, and we have lots of stuff, and we're so busy. But that's why you have to lean into things that your brain says, don't do it. That just seems like a lot of work. That just sounds like woo-woo, and it won't work, and I just can't do it. When your brain does that, you need to challenge it, and you need to really think of the opposite direction. Because why is it denying it? Breathing is our birthright. Why would our brain deny that? That sounds stupid. Don't do it. It doesn't make sense, right? It wants to keep you in survival. That's why it's lying. So you need to challenge it and say, stop it. It's my birthright. I'm going to take the time to breathe. Don't tell me that it's such a simple thing that it's not going to work. Because it's in survival, it wants you to do something fast that's just going to keep you in survival. We don't want to do that. We want to get out of the survival. So we need to do things that are going to go deeper into our system and holistically bring our body, our soul, our mind all together as one thing. Now, a lot of the time I tell people in my coaching that we listen to our mind, our head a lot. Instead, I always say, listen to your heart. There are 3 speaks that I talk about. One is the brain speak, one is the heart speak, and one is the body speak. When the brain takes over in survival mode, the heart shuts down and the body also is speaking, but we know it's from pain. We can feel the pain, but usually we don't listen to any of those. We just listen to our head, because our head is so noisy, right? It has overpowered every part of it. So when your head is talking too much, it's time for you to ask, what's my heart saying? What is my heart speaking? Because heart doesn't lie. When heart speaks, it speaks the truth. It's when your head and your body with the head speaks against you sometimes. So this is why talking to your brain is a powerful exercise. So try it. Today, I want to talk about performance without alignment is burnout in disguise. Let's talk about alignment, because I talk about alignment a lot. And yesterday somebody messaged me, you keep saying our systems need to be in alignment and activation. What do you mean by alignment? What is alignment, right? So as I said, our readiness OS is all about looking at it through the systems perspective. We are a living human being. We're not just functioning because we just show up. We have other things behind the scene that's all working together for me to show up like this, for you to live and show up in your life like you do. So if something is off and we're not performing, we're not getting good grades, we're not being good parents, I can't perform at work, because our program is universal. It's a human development program. So it doesn't matter where you're working, as a parent, as a nurse, as a coach, or a CEO, it doesn't matter, or a child in school, or a child at home, it doesn't matter. If this system is not in alignment, and if the systems are not in activation, forget it. Nothing is going to come out. It's going to come out as the labels and the behaviors and a pattern that repeats, that we stay in a loop as adults. And then we call ourselves lazy. We call ourselves, I'm a procrastinator. This is why I don't get things done. I can't stay consistent. I don't have discipline. I don't have motivation. We just say a lot of things, but we haven't looked at this as a system, from the system perspective. So today I want to talk about performance without alignment is burnout in disguise. Would you ever drive a car with misaligned wheels? Have you, if those of you who are driving, if I give you a car with all misaligned wheels, will you drive it? No, because no matter how hard you press the gas, the car is going to start pulling in different direction. It'll shake and it's going to wear it down eventually. You can push all you want. You might go a certain distance. The car is going to wear itself and maybe break down. But that's exactly how most people are living right now, if you think about it. We don't have alignment. We want to try moving forward from a system that's out of alignment. So if you think of this as a car, if this system is misaligned, why would I want to keep pushing it to perform? Just like a car, I can't perform. I might be eating, I might be breathing, I look like I had the fuel to go, but the system is misaligned. Just like the car, it's going to pull, it's going to shake, it's going to go in different directions, and eventually it's going to feel like burned out or the wear down, right? So no wonder you feel stuck, you feel tired, or your child or your student, right? Or anyone, any adult at this stage, right? Feeling stuck, tired, inconsistent, not because you're not capable, it's because something deeper is off. That's why. So what do? We push harder. When this happens, what are we going to do? We push harder. We're going to try more discipline. We're going to put more effort. We're going to put more pressure. We're going to find the best strategy out there with the influencer or someone who's going to tell you the fastest way to do it. And this is the only way to do it. Try this and this works. Like, we're looking for something to be magical that's going to come and fix this problem, right? So when we're doing all of this, it's like pressing the gas pedal harder while the wheels are still misaligned. The car doesn't fix itself. It just burns out faster. And that's exactly how your system is too. It doesn't fix it by itself. When it's misaligned, your systems are misaligned. Internally, when you're misaligned, it's not going to fix itself. So you pressing gas is like you're pushing harder, putting more pressure, more techniques, more strategies. The world's best strategies won't work. The misunderstanding is that you think it's a performance problem, right? Not just you, everybody on this earth thing at this point, that this is a performance problem. It's not. It's an alignment problem. Because no one ever have taught us to check the system. Have you ever even had any lessons in education or from your parents when you were a child? Anywhere along the journey, has anyone told you that this is a biological system? This system needs to be in alignment and activation to accelerate and achieve. And before alignment and activation, awareness comes first, because I need to be aware what's happening. Then I can align, just like I can do it with the car. Then I can activate the car, and then I can activate all my systems. Then I enter acceleration, and if I keep the acceleration, I will achieve whatever I want. Just like in the car, I can get to my destination. That's the achievement, right? So this 5A journey is all about understanding what it is and then going on a journey to really get into acceleration the proper way. So this isn't a performance problem. That's what everybody thinks. It's an alignment problem. And nobody has taught us to check this as a system. We just ignore this whole body, and we want this body, this person, to perform at the highest level. And we say we want to reach our full potential. Well, full potential, if you look at it, I've said it before too, potential energy is not movement. It's kinetic energy. That's movement, right? So if I'm stuck, there is no potential that's going to come out of me. I'm stuck, right? That's why people feel stuck, because there is no momentum in that. So we can get to our full potential. So before expecting the system to perform, we need to check if that's the awareness part. I need to check it, what's happening in here, right? So when I shift my lens through the Readiness OS, I stop asking, why aren't they doing the work? I stopped asking that a long time ago. Why aren't they doing the work? And I started asking, what is their system? What in their system is out of alignment? That's what I started asking. What in their system is out of alignment? I stopped asking them, why aren't they doing work? Because my background is working with in the education with children, adults, right? So instead of asking, why aren't they doing the work? I started asking, what in their system is out of alignment? Is it the nervous system? Is it their energy? Are they protecting? So I looked across 12 systems to map it out, because when one part of it was off, guess what? The whole system compensates. The whole system, other systems will compensate. So that's the problem. So that's why we need full alignment before we can perform. So now I don't push performance. Myself, I don't push performance. I don't push performance with anybody I work with, because we have a system that can work across any age, any stage. It doesn't matter what label. It doesn't matter if you're 70-year-old. Our coaching program can get you whatever you're struggling with. If you're struggling with relationship, if you're struggling with performance, if you can't get good performance at work because you're stuck, or if you're addicted, or if you're anxious, or if you're full of fear, anything, we can solve it. Because why? Because we realign the system. So we slow everything down. That's why I said earlier in this presentation or this live, I was saying earlier, like how looking for the quick fix is actually hurting all of us. I don't look for quick fix. I spend the time to align myself so that I can live a peaceful life, not looking for the next best thing that's going to work. It might work for somebody because why? They were in acceleration. Of course, everything works when you're in acceleration. What if you're not? What if you're blocked and stuck and you don't even know that, and you apply the world's best strategy out there and you feel like a failure because it didn't work for you? They said it will work for everybody. That is another part of our system that I am trying to change. Is the assumption that we should be ready is one of them. The second one is that if I have something, it's going to work for you. That's the most so annoying part about how people give advice. Just because it's general and it worked for you, it doesn't mean it's going to work for me. And you don't know it's going to work. So why not say the truth? The truth is that this worked for me, but You can try it. I don't know if it will work for you because it's not customized. We're not all the same being, right? We're different. We're unique. So how can some working for somebody is going to work for everybody? Well, we build the education system with standardization and generalization that we forgot how individual we are, right? We never looked at it from that lens. And guess what's happening? Anybody who can't fit into it, now more and more kids can't fit into it. What are we giving them? Labels. So that's another life. I'll talk about that. But anyway, when we realign the system, we slow down. It's everything is in the slowing down. I know the world is speeding. I know the AI is here. It doesn't matter. This system wasn't built that way. This system was built on a different level where you need to slow down to notice, slow down to feel your breath and experience your breath, as we just talked about, right? Then we regulate. I know a lot of people think regulation is just overused, but regulation, I don't know how other people teach it, but regulation through inside out. That's something that regulates you, something that's personalized to you, not just somebody else's regulation. What regulates you? That's different. Then we clear what's in the way. If we want flow and if we want alignment, we have to clear what's in the way. We bring the system back into rhythm because aligned systems don't need force, they move. That's why it's blocks to flow. That's why we call it blocks to flow. When blocks are removed, it flows. It doesn't need any force. When the alignment happens, what happens is focus comes back online. Energy is going to stabilize. You're going to have energy stabilizing. You're not going to feel depleted. You're going to have energy restabilized. And then what's going to happen is follow through becomes natural byproduct. It's not forced. So you're going to be able to follow through on things. Just like driving a car that's finally aligned, smooth, steady, effortless movement forward. The car will have smooth, steady, effortless movement forward. Same way you're going to flow forward. And that's how you get into momentum. And that's how you turn your full potential that is waiting to be coming out of you into movement so that you can get results. And results are the performance. Do you see the cycle, how it all works? It's all tied together. It doesn't matter what example I bring, car or other machines, anything we created as human being, it's the same thing. If they're not in alignment, we're not going to have smooth, steady, effortless movement forward. If we don't have smooth, steady, effortless movement forward, you won't do anything. We will get stuck because our brain is going to say, that's too hard. That doesn't feel safe. That feels so much work. Stop. No wonder we procrastinate. No wonder we stop doing, start and stop, right? Because our systems are not in alignment. And we never look inward. We're looking for external things to help us. And there's a whole industry who's going to keep you trapped in that because they don't want to tell you it's in here. They're going to tell you it's their product. I'm going to tell you it's in here. That's the ultimate truth. That is the ultimate truth. It's all in here. Is this body aligned? Are the systems aligned? Ask yourself. Very powerful questions. Don't look for the next fastest thing. I know you're in survival. I know it feels like the best thing ever. But that's like looking for the magic pill. There isn't any magic pill. I used to tutor and people came to me for that magic pill. I didn't have any pills to give them. What I did is I started reading what was misaligned. And when I read that and I was able to align them, guess what? It felt like magic. They got results like magic, but it didn't happen by magic pills. It happened by the internal work that was needed for everybody to succeed. So can we slow down? So my question is so powerful today. I'm just going to ask you, can you slow down? Can you stop chasing for the next fastest thing to help you in life? Can we stop that? I know in survival mode, we need that. We want that. Our brain feels like that, but that's not going to help us. It's going to keep us stuck. We can do this with our children too, looking for the next best thing, asking on social media, into groups. I see hundreds of mothers and dads asking this is what's happening to my daughter or son, give me an answer. And then they have 300 plus responses from random people. Now, what does that do for you? All that random advice, what does that do for you? Does it make you calmer? Does it make you feel like you understood your son or daughter? Or does it make you confused and feel more stuck? Which advice are you going to take? The one says be strict, or the one says don't do anything? The one says if it was my child, I would kick them out, or one would say I would just do whatever they want and let them do whatever. Like, which one will you take? I think it's noise. It's so much noise that I don't know how you're going to sort through 300 messages or more to figure the answer that's going to land for you. Maybe by saying it out loud, you release the pain. That's possible. But reading all of that, I don't think you're going to get the right thing for your child, because people are just putting out stuff. They're not customizing for your child or your situation. This is just one part of it. Same thing with others who ask online, right? That's why I never answer those, because I don't even know your situation. I just know a little glimpse of what you just told me, and I'm going to give you an advice to solve it. It doesn't, the holistic way does not accept that. It doesn't work that way. I don't want to give you more pain when you're already in survival. I'm not going to give you more pain. I'm going to just watch for you to go inward and ask yourself, why is this happening in my family? Why did it come to this situation? What happened here? What am I not doing as a parent? What is happening to my child to behave like this, right? Where are they blocked? So compassionate, right? That's compassion. And then curiosity. What's going on? Because if I get curious about what's happening to me and my family, that is observing, right? You start observation. That's becoming like a scientist. I know in survival mode, all of this is hard, but that is the only way to the result. That is the only way to fix it. Because when you become aware of those patterns, loops, what's happening, you're going to have a quiet moment to recognize those. And then from there, you can start moving forward into alignment and activation. And that, as a byproduct, brings the acceleration. That is the forward, that effortless movement. And that's how you achieve as a byproduct. Achievement is always a byproduct of awareness, alignment, activation, and acceleration. Achievement is always a byproduct. It's not where we start. It's the end result. So if you've been feeling stuck, off, exhausted, I just want you to take a deep breath and let it out. Just let all of that out. It may not be you. You may not be broken, or you may not be lazy, or whatever label you have given yourself. You may just be out of alignment. And no amount of pressure will fix a system that needs realignment. So going back to the car, if I just push the gas without my wheels being in alignment, am I going to go to where I need to go? Is it going to perform? No. So why do we do it to this body? Why not we love this body enough to not do that? So before you push harder, ask yourself, do I need more effort or do I need more alignment? Because no one wins a race. Because no one wins the race driving a misaligned car. If you're a race car driver, try it. Can you drive a car that's misaligned and win the race? No, it's not possible. I feel sad for humans. We've been so conditioned to believe that just push harder, just do more, just do the next best thing, just apply whatever somebody tells you, and you should be working fine. I mean, It doesn't work that way. This body needs you to become aware and in tune to it so that you can really feel what's going on. And same for your children, same for your students, same if you're a CEO. I know I've been talking about so much about your body, but that's where it all begins. I mean, unfortunately, that I can't say anything different. I'm not going to tell you something fast and quick like the rest of the world will tell you. I'm going to tell you the truth. The ultimate truth is that this body needs awareness of you, which means you have to slow down, which means you need to stop looking outward for quick fixes, which means you need to take deeper breaths. You need to sit by yourself. You need to start becoming like a scientist, an investigator. Investigate what's going on with lots of curiosity. So, final word for today on this beautiful day. Performance without alignment is burnout in disguise. No matter how hard you try, if you don't have alignment, you're going to burn out. In life, at work, in helping others, you will burn out. And from burnout, there's nothing more left. So think about that. Think about everything I said. Take this day to really, really reflect, go inward, become more aware so that you can start the process of alignment. Awareness is first. That's the first step. Thank you so much, and I'll see you tomorrow. And enjoy your day. Have a blessed day.